voiceover, we need some audio in here. I had some bass line track going, but could barely hear it, so that's been deleted. So we need some narration. Andy in the studio. Oh, that's a little loud. I'll have to turn that down a little bit. We're this is Tanking Tuesday. We have some new footage. I acquired a new tank. M5 M50. I think it's the M50 Sherman. Yep, M50 Sherman. And so I'm taking it out and I'm running it through its paces here a little bit, getting used to it. Not a bad little tank. It's a Sherman, so its silhouette's a little big. It sits a little bit high, especially when you're trying to duck down under somewhere. Maybe your turret might still be sticking out. It's maneuverable. It's a nice little sniper. I think it'd be good for scouting and maybe taking some shots and then getting the heck out, find another place to put up. It can take a little bit of a beating, but by itself, when you get one or two, it's really tough in this tank. But like I said, it's quick, it's maneuverable, so you can. Oh, I'm in crossfire. See, you don't see them on the mini map. It's like, okay, where are they? I keep getting shot. Didn't do much damage though. That got my track. There, see, that's where they're shooting from, so I got to get out of there. That's what I'm doing now. I'm looking for place to kind of collect my thoughts, maybe. Get some damage myself, put down range. I got a good gun on the M50 has a decent gun. It can do some damage. My problem is getting on target, being able to get an aim in right. Without exposing yourself. I mean, you could get a good aim on somebody, but if you're up too close, what good is that? And especially when he's got teammates poking holes in you, and you're trying to take that one tank out. That's where, like I said, this gun you can sit back and we lost one, they lost one. I don't remember how it turned out. I know I don't finish it. Foreshadowing. But I like the tank, it's fun to drive. I need some money in the bank so I can go ahead and do all the camo and stuff on this. I ran out of gold, so I used what silver I had. That put me back down, so now I guess I'm building the silver back up again. So what I might do is go out and get a PlayStation card, put some money into getting some gold, and then finish decking this tank out with the camouflage. Like I said, the plague, everything I have on it is only temporary because I paid silver for it. So I'm getting shot. That's a lot of times too. I don't know where I'm getting shot from. Someone's hit me and I don't see them and they're not lit up. And they're there, they're lit up now. They're at our ouch. Well, here we are. Another day of field cooking. Anyone marshmallows? Oh, funny stuff. But that's what you do when you're on the field. I remember, not nothing like that, but I remember cooking out in the field. Those little MRE packets and stuff, and you like during the winter months when you're doing an exercise, you throw them up in the window, and the heater of the truck would heat up that packet, and then when it's time to eat, it was decent. I mean, you can eat the stuff cold, so if you warm it up a bit, it's not too bad. especially when you're hungry and there's nothing else available, you eat the MREs. So we go. I remember when we set up in Saudi Arabia, before the kitchen and the, the serving lines were set up. That's all they had were MREs. So you go and get a couple, and or they came in big boxes, and everyone go through looking for what they like, and then the stuff that didn't really appeal to anybody kind of got left over. But some of them are pretty good. I mean, for a quick meal, or you can do some neat stuff with it. A lot of the guys and girls would bring in like bottles of plastic. They carry that with them so they can dump a little bit of that in the packet and make it a little better. Some individuals would bring seasonings in and season their MREs. You did what you had to do when you were out there in the field. For the most part, exercises, you did your 12 hours, you went home. But there was a couple where we were being tested to see how well we could deploy, set up, and operate within a combat situation, like almost as if it was real world, but it was just training. And it was one of those inspection things that every so often your people have to do it to prove that you can. And that was part of the training, you know. Even in the guard, it was that way. They wanted to make sure that they knew we were doing what we were supposed to. We knew what we were supposed to be doing. So that when you're thrown into an environment, you're not second guessing, you know what to do. What saves time, saves lives. Confusion sometimes has a tendency to get things buggled up, and that's when things can happen, and it can be devastating if you're not prepared for it. So that's what we did when we were trained. We trained as we fought, and we fought as we trained. And that was the policy, so that when it came down to the actual situation occurring in front of you, you reacted. You hear so many times that my training took over, and you went in, and that alone probably saved more lives than anything else on a battlefield. Compared to an army where their non-commissioned officers or young officers are standing back threatening to shoot you if you turn around and run, as opposed to somebody being there and taking the incentive to charge or take cover and be able to make decisions on the spot, which could affect the outcome later on, because you're doing things while others are hesitating because they're not sure what to do, because there's no one telling them what to do. And that can be frustrating. I've been in that situation where things are going down and you're going, what the heck? And you look around and there's no supervisors. There's nobody there. Well, that's where the exercises come in. You get into those situations sometimes, and it's just like, but the next time through, you go, oh, I remember this. I can do this here. And instead of panicking, you know what I mean? All of a sudden, boom, kicks in. Okay, I need to get this place locked up and get everybody out of here in case they decide to use the fuel tanks as a target, that kind of thing. So, and then you just react. You just start doing things. And, over the years, you get to be more relaxed. I mean, there's a nervous tension, nervous anxiety, and there's a little bit of a difference doing it for real to do it for exercise. But that, like I said, that one exercise, we could bring nothing, no chips, no munchies, nothing like that. We weren't allowed to bring any store-bought goods and stuff. They wanted us to come in. They wanted the whole wing that deployed to be able to come in, set up, run an operation right down to cooking and everything else. So the first thing they did, they set up the lines and they handed in handed out MREs. And that was what you had to eat until they had the chow line set up, which was an exercise for the chow hall people. See if they can set up a field kitchen, get it running, and be able to feed everybody. So there was enough calories, everybody was getting enough calories so we could still operate and launch aircraft. And we did. It was an experience, but like I said, it's just like, I was an old troop, I've been in it for a while. It's like, training took over and I just kind of did with it and said, yeah, okay, this is alright. And then 4 days went by and we passed our test and we all went home and celebrated because we got a successful rating that we were ready that if we had to, we could deploy. And see what happened being in the Guard, the United States Air Force has teams that go around and they'll come in and say, okay, here's the scenario, boom, set it up, and then that activates this scenario on the base, and that depending what it is, if it's a base-wide alert or base-wide exercise, or it could be a world exercise where you're brought into the world exercise because you're part of the overall war plan or game plan. And so that exercise kicked off, that team comes to your place and says, okay, here's the scenario, boom, and then they go through the possible enemies coming and all that, and taking cover and preparing everything, getting stuff under cover. Like for instance, fuels. The one thing we do a lot was disperse our equipment so that not everything's all lined up perfect for a bomb just to take them out in a row. You know, you disperse your assets. A lot of our facilities we camouflage, we put netting to cover them from above, and they would have people fly over and look down and say, okay, yeah, but you know what? There's sidewalks going to nowhere. So then we'd have to go cover up the sidewalks because that would be a perfect indicator. It's something coming in, you go, oh, okay, boom, there must be something there, drop a bomb and boom. So you don't give the enemy a target, you hide everything. So that's what we practice and that's what we played at. Oh, here we go. This is where I'm going after this guy. I was so focused on this is a good time where OelGrez just gets handed his comments. So, but that's the way it is. Okay. I just blew up everybody. Anybody got marshmallows? Field cooking time. OelGrez is field cooking time. I'm gonna have a drink. I got an epic point on there. But this, see what I need to do is this. I'll get better at this. But see, this gets sped up too, so you might, if you understand furry dog, you might be able to understand. So, but I just wanted to drink. I gotta learn to get the mic out of the way. If I get too far out of the way, then I can't record when I'm doing audio tracks for just teeth, folks, just teeth. There, put that back there before it gets spilled. Oh, hey, everybody, be safe. Thank you for watching. Cut. Post and print. Put this one in a can and we'll put it on the shelf. Thank you, everybody. Good job. Well done.